feels colder than before since you walked out my door. Every shadow on the wall feels heavier than before. Your name still lives inside my heart, like a story never told. And every memory we shared feels warmer than the cold. I try to tell myself you're gone, but my heart won't move on, because I'm still lost in you tonight, searching for your light. Every dream we left behind still shines in my mind. And though the world keeps moving on and time keeps pulling through, I'm still standing in the dark, still lost in you. The stars above this empty sky still shine the way they did. Maybe someday I'll learn to live without your memory. Yeah, because I'm still lost in you tonight, and I don't know how to start. Some loves never let you go. There's a corner in this quiet town where you let go of me. The street lights still remember everything we used to be. You didn't cry, you didn't shout, you just walked away. And in that quiet moment, everything began to break. The wind still whispers softly through the trees we used to know. And every sound reminds me of the love that let me go. I try to leave that place behind, but it won't leave my mind. I thought I'd move on by now, but I'm still standing here, because I'm still standing in the place you left me, where forever turned to memory. Every word you didn't say still echoes in my heart today. And no matter where I go or how far I try to be, I'm still standing in the place you left me. The sky above still looks the same, but I don't feel alive. came too quietly, like it was scared of me, because I knew I'd wake again to what I couldn't be. Your side of the bed was empty, but your warmth was still there, like a memory refusing to vanish into air. I tried to start a new day, but yesterday stayed close. Every step I tried to take just led me to your ghost. The mirror showed a stranger with eyes that couldn't hide all the tears I kept inside. I thought that time would make it fade, but time just stayed the same. That was the day my heart forgot to heal, where every pain still feels too real. Every moment we once knew still lives inside of you, and I'm stuck inside the past, holding on to something that won't last. That was the day my heart forgot to heal. The songs we used to listen to still play inside my mind, and every lyric feels like it's frozen in that time. If healing means forgetting you, then I don't wanna heal. That was the day my heart forgot to heal, and maybe it always will. Some wounds don't close, they just learn to stay. You stood across the room from me, but felt so far away, like someone I had never known, though you were mine yesterday. Your eyes avoided looking, like truth was hard to say. And in that quiet moment, I felt you slip away. The silence built between us, like walls we couldn't climb, and every word we didn't say was louder than goodbye. Your hand no longer reached for mine, your voice no longer stayed, and suddenly forever turned into yesterday. I never thought I'd see the day you'd feel so far from me. That was the day you became a stranger, standing right in front of me. Every promise we once made fell apart so quietly, and I was left there wondering how love could disappear. That was the day you became a stranger. Everything we once believed felt suddenly so wrong. If love could turn us back again, would you remember me? That was the day you became a stranger, and I lost everything. Sometimes the hardest goodbye is when they're still right there. The sunlight fell across your face like nothing had to change, but something in your quiet eyes felt distant and estranged. You held my hand a little less, your touch began to fade. And in the silence of that moment, I felt our love break. I tried to keep you close to me, but you were drifting far. That was the day you turned away, when forever slipped to gray. Every promise that we made slowly faded into pain. And I'm standing in the shadow of the love we couldn't save. That was the day you turned away. Your laughter echoes in my room like it refuses to leave. And every memory we made still makes it hard to breathe. The nights grow colder than before since you walked out my life. And every dream I try to hold disappears into the night. If I could turn the moment back, I'd never let you go. That was the day you turned away, and everything changed. Some goodbyes never fade. The hallway light was flickering like it couldn't decide to stay. You stood there with your suitcase, but I had nothing left to say. Your eyes were tired of fighting, your hands were cold in mine, and somewhere in the silence we ran out of time. I watched your shadow leave me stretching across the floor. And every step you took away felt heavier than before. The door closed soft behind you, but it echoed in my chest, because goodbye doesn't need to shout to leave your heart a mess. I thought you'd turn around again, like you always did before. But that was the night I let you go alone, standing in a place that used to feel like home. Every promise we once made fell apart and drifted away, and I was left there in the dark, holding pieces of my heart. That was the night I let you go alone. The rain came pouring shortly after, like the sky knew what we lost. Every drop a quiet answer to a love that paid the cost. I whispered to the empty room, but silence spoke instead, because sometimes love keeps breathing even after it is dead. If I could freeze that moment now, I'd never let you leave. That was the night I let you go alone, and I've been lost ever since. And every night I wonder if you ever looked back. The streetlight flickers outside my room, like it's trying hard to stay, just like the hope I held for you that slowly slipped away. Your message still sits on my phone from weeks I can't erase. I'll be back soon, you used to say. Now silence fills your place. I left the door unlocked again, like you might walk right in, like time would rewind quietly and bring me back to then. The clock kept ticking louder with every passing hour, and hope turned into something else that slowly lost its power. I told myself you'd come back soon, but nights turned into June. That was the night I stopped waiting for you, stopped believing your words were true. Every promise you left behind faded slowly out of time, and I was standing in the dark, trying to fix a broken heart. That was the night I stopped waiting for you. The rain fell softly on the glass, like it knew how I felt. Every drop a memory of the love that slowly fell. I whispered your name in the quiet, but it never came back, because sometimes love just disappears and never finds its track. If I could turn back every night I'd stop myself from holding tight. That was the night I stopped waiting for you and started learning what to do. And though my heart still aches sometimes, I know you're not coming back. The clock struck midnight quietly, like it was scared to wake the pain. I sat beside the window, watching shadows in the rain. Your keys were still upon the shelf, your jacket by the door. Every part of this empty room still felt like you before. I made 2 cups of coffee like I always used to do. One for me, one waiting for a version still of you. The silence wrapped around me like a truth I couldn't fight, and every passing second felt heavier than the night. I kept telling myself you'd call, that you'd come walking through the hall. But that was the night you didn't come back. The night forever slipped through the cracks. Every promise we made turned cold, every story left untold. And I was standing in the dark, holding pieces of my heart. That was the night you didn't come back. The rain kept falling softly, like it understood my tears. Each drop against the window was a whisper of our years. I traced your name in silence on the glass that felt so thin. But names don't bring back memories or heal the place you've been. If love could find its way again, would it bring you home to me? That was the night you didn't come back, and everything turned into black. Every dream we tried to build now stands broken, standing still. And every night since then I still wait for footsteps that never return. I heard it in the way you spoke, a softness I don't know, like every word was trying to prepare me for the fall. The silence filled the space between the things we couldn't say, and in that quiet moment I felt you slip away. try to hold your hand again, but you let go of mine. That was the sound of letting go, a quiet kind of pain, where every heartbeat slows down and nothing feels the same. And I'm left here in the echo of a love we used to know. That was the sound of letting go. Your voice still lingers in my head like a song that won't end. If I could stop that moment now, I'd never let it pass. That was the sound of letting go, and I still hear it now. Some sounds never fade. It wasn't loud, it wasn't fast, it didn't break the air. You didn't scream, you didn't cry, you just stopped being there. The door closed softly behind you, like it didn't want to wake. The moment that would haunt me with every breath I take. Your footsteps faded slowly down a road I couldn't chase, and every second after that felt like an empty space. The room was filled with silence, but it screamed inside my chest, because the quiet after you was louder than the rest. I tried to run, I tried to call, but you were gone through it all. That was the sound of you leaving, a silence I still hear, every echo of that moment still ringing in my ears. And no matter where I go or how much time goes by, I still hear the sound of you leaving every night. The mirror shows a different girl than who I used to be, because a piece of me is missing since you walked out on me. If silence could speak the truth, would it tell me why? That was the sound of you leaving, and it never fades away. Some sounds don't disappear, they stay forever.